Peace and love, family. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to if you are new. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and like if you haven't already for more of my content. So today I'm going to be doing mukbang. As you guys saw, I was cutting up my fruits and like putting them together. So yeah, I'm going to be doing like a little mukbang. Apples, watermelon, pineapple, and pomegranate. And then I have some agave syrup here. You can use honey or agave. I like agave too, but yeah, I'm gonna just put that on top and then we can get started. So the first thing that's like kind of been on my mind a lot, and I've been seeing on social media like a lot recently, is the talk about vaccines and like health and the vaccines, child.
Anyway,
So this one specific page that I follow, Islam, and I have his book as well. He just did an interview with 7 of the world's top scientists and doctors. I'm basically asking them questions about the vaccine, like, you know, what's in it? Can you legally sue if you, you know, develop different conditions from the vaccine and stuff like that. So I find it really interesting that people now all of a sudden are like, oh no, I'm not taking that shit. I ain't taking the vaccine. I'm not taking that shit. I find it really interesting because those same people that were saying, oh, I'm not taking the vaccine, I'm not taking the vaccine, I'm not doing this, were the same people that were out preaching, telling you to go vote for the lesser of the two evils, Biden or Trump. So it's like at this time right now, what we're really going through, you really have to use discernment and really listen to your subconscious and listen to yourself, because there's so many sources out here putting out information right now, and there's so many sources out here putting out information. You never know what to decipher, what is the truth and, you know, what's just being put out for propaganda. Like, a lot of it is propaganda. Let's just keep that real. A lot of it is propaganda. A lot of it is, you know, made to keep us scared, to keep us in fear. A lot of it is that. So, so good and juicy. I would say continue to use discernment, and then you'll be able to easily decipher what you want to do and what you don't want to do. But on top of that, at the same time, I've been seeing a lot of articles coming out that they're really trying to make this, you know, new world order. You don't study world politics and study what's happening in other countries. That's really important as well, because a lot of those, you know, politicians and countries and like their rules and standards and stuff like that, a lot of it is being rushed into the American government. Like, they're following in a lot of these countries' footsteps and trying to usher in their ways of thinking, like, you know, the chips and, you know, stuff like that. So we buy and trade with those countries, so a lot of their rules and standards we're going to be trying to play off of. So study what's happening in other countries. And then the vaccines, I really don't feel a way. Like, I already know I don't want to get it, because they're, like I said, on Islam's page, when he was asking those doctors about the different, you know, formaldehydes and stuff like that that's actually on the ingredient list. Like, you can literally go on the CDC government website, look up the ingredient list, and do the research for yourself to see what's actually going into your body. It's not like, I would say, how they've done in the past, where, you know, the flu shot is basically a placebo shot, where, you know, it gets your body and your immune system used to being exposed to a certain virus, and your immune system builds up off of that. See, for one, they rushed it. For one, they mass produced it and rushed it, and it takes at least 6 years for a vaccine to be completely developed, and, you know, trials and testing and stuff like that. It takes at least 5 to 6 years. And they rushed this out in less than 6 months with COVID-19. So that just tells you a lot right then and there, you know? Got some pomegranate, some pineapples. So that just tells you a lot right there. They mass produced and rushed this vaccine so that they could push it out to the public, so that things can go back to normal. What's gonna happen next? What's Joe Biden gonna do next? And all that kind of stuff. But it's just like, they've had this shit planned out. I'm just gonna say it, they've had it, you know, planned out. Maybe not the whole vaccine thing, but, you know, they have figured out a way to keep us asleep in the way where we just think, oh, this vaccine just came out of nowhere. No, this has been in the works since, you know, many of the other experiments that they have done on us. Look at the Tuskegee experiments. They injected us, specifically black and brown people, they injected us with random chemicals, killed us off, and then chose to call it an experiment. So we are just the next experiment, in my opinion. They're trying to mass produce some type of, like, some people say it's a chip, some people say it's the mark of the beast, whatever you want to call it. They're trying to mass produce this and inject it and shoot it into us without fully giving us the knowledge of what is in the vaccine, without fully giving us the knowledge of how to take care of ourselves, and without fully giving us the knowledge on what to do, you know, like what steps do we need to take to protect ourselves if we do have COVID, or, you know, if we are sick or something like that. They're not doing that. They're just saying, oh, stay in the house, put your mask on, and kill your immune system. If you think about it, what have they been telling us to do all summer? All summer. This was the hottest summer of you know, in a while. Like, climate change has really been hitting this year. It was the hottest summer in 2020 for the past, like, couple years, they said. Like, temperatures, there was forest fires in Cali. There was, you know, I live in Arizona, so it was definitely hotter than what it usually is, like scorching heat. And they got us walking around with these masks on. So for one, they're already trying to, they have already been destroying our immune system since the start of this COVID shit. But then, when they saw people were like, wait a minute, this don't make that much sense. Because if you think about it, where do melanated people get their vitamins from? The sun. I'm sitting outside right now. Where do people get their vitamin D and zinc from if you're not, you know, taking a vitamin supplement for it, or, you know, eating the right foods for it? You get it from the sunlight. You can go sit outside and sun gaze, and your skin will literally absorb those vitamins for you, replenishing your body. We kind of work like plants, you know? We absorb the sunlight through our skin, which is our largest organ, and it produces itself into those vitamins for our body. First of all, they had us locked in the house because at first they were, you know, they were letting us come outside, but then after a while they were like, no, we're shutting down the cities, we're putting y'all on lockdown, y'all aren't able to go nowhere, y'all aren't able to make no money. And then the guys wearing these masks. And didn't we learn this in like 5th grade? We learned this, like, what do you inhale from the plants and stuff like that, and in the environment around you? Oxygen, O2. And what do you exhale and give back to the plants? CO2, carbon dioxide. So when you are having your mask up here, covering your face and your nose, you're literally breathing in your own toxins, and that's killing your immune system. They don't want you to die instantly, you know, like the pharmaceuticals, the food business, all of that. They don't make stuff just to kill you instantly. They make it so that you are literally deteriorating your body and killing yourself slowly. That is their goal. You know, they want it to kill you in the long run. Like, they don't want it to just instantly give you a stroke, because like I said, you know, you eat the foods, they make you sick, they give you diabetes, high cholesterol, you know, heart disease, colon cancer, stuff like that. And then they make it so that you are sick and you're trapped inside of the pharmaceutical business and the hospital business for the rest of your life. Like, you're either on medications, you're in and out of the hospital, and that shit costs. The cost builds up. Like, it's not cheap. So they know exactly what they're doing with this, where they're trying to, it's going to cut you off, you know, from your higher self. A lot of people are saying, a lot of the spiritualists are saying that, you know, when you inject those chemicals, and it's not just like, oh, you know, like, how would I say this? Because spiritual shit, you gotta really, like, it's something that you really have to internalize and think about. It's not just like, oh, like I said, this stuff is not just gonna kill you instantly. But what those chemicals are doing is they are literally numbing your senses. That's what it means when it said it's going to cut you off from your higher self. Your higher self communicates to you in your vessel, in your body, through the senses that you were given from the higher power. Your sight, your smell, your taste, your hearing, your touch. All of those things are given to us because those are physical ways that we can communicate with our environment and with ourselves. So they're saying that, you know, many of those chemicals and stuff like that are in the vaccine are going to cause issues with, you know, using those senses and being able to listen to your body and listen to your own self. So I definitely believe that a little bit, because if you think about it, a lot of these medicines and stuff that they have us taking, you know, Advil, Tylenol, all that shit, a lot of that shit is already doing that to you. Like, it's already mentally numbing you to the fact where, you know, you can't even listen to yourself. They have made it so that we down everything holistic and, you know, healthy and, you know, natural that our ancestors have taught us for, you know, forever. And of course they're not going to promote, you know, because this is easy. Like I said, I just posted something on my Instagram where it was like, you would spend $100, you know, to go out to eat, you and your partner, but $100 to spend on some fruits and vegetables for a week is too much. Or, you know, how much is a new PS5 or whatever? I'll spend $500, $600 on a PS5 or on the new iPhone or, you know, this and that, but I wouldn't dare buy no vitamin supplements for myself. I wouldn't dare buy no books to help teach me about, you know, to teach me about learning about my body and learning about my health. You wouldn't dare do that. But we have been so succumbed to this pressure, to this peer pressure, and to this, you know, thought process that it's like, wow, you know, $100 to go out to eat would really stretch if you thought about it in, you know, actual produce. Everybody, so that everything can go back to normal. Now, my thing is with normal, quote unquote, you see I did the little air quotes. Normal, what was normal? Like, what was normal about living in fear every day? What was normal about ignoring true issues that is going on in our society, like sex trafficking? Like, there are people being taken every day, literally every day. My age, 19, I'm 19 years old. There's people on college campuses getting taken every day, but where do we see this information on how to protect ourselves, on how to defend ourselves from being humanly trafficked or from being kidnapped? What is normal when everybody is destroying their bodies with fast food and unhealthy meat, unclean meat on top of that? You know, that is the normal that they're trying to push us back into, that sheeple mindset. And it's just like, people want us to go back to normal, but it's like, they're not trying to make things normal no more. They're rushing in their new world order to be that section of the population that wants to take the vaccine so everything can go back to normal. And then there's going to be that section of the population that says, fuck no, I'm not putting that shit into my body. And I see a lot of that, like on Instagram. I see a lot of our people waking up and, you know, learning, like I said, you can go on the CDC website and look up the ingredient list of many of these vaccines that they have given us over the years. And I think even the one that they just produced out for the COVID. So It's no longer about advocating for your own health anymore. They're kind of trying to, like I said, trying to push us into this new world order like it is in other countries like China, North Korea. A lot of those places you feel like you have freedom, but you don't have any freedom, because for one, you're always being watched. If you know, in China and Korea, they have chips already in place, facial recognition systems everywhere, cameras everywhere. So it's like you feel like you're free because you can walk around, you can go to work, you can go to school, you can travel, but at what cost? You being watched all the time, your health in jeopardy, because you know they're not trying to tell us how to truly take care of ourselves, and your freedom, your true freedom, like, and not just freedom, like I said, being able to go to work and go to school and all that kind of stuff, but freedom of not being in fear. Most of it really is the same policies and the same constitution that has held our people down and held us in a sheep mindset since the start of this country. So it's like, when you say normal, what is normal? You know, like, you have to truly think about that right now. What is normal? What is your definition of normal? Because normal to me, that wasn't normal. Like, now that I'm looking back on, you know, a lot of the decisions that I made when, you know, COVID wasn't going on, and, you know, when we still were able to, you know, walk around freely and stuff like that, a lot of the stuff that I was doing, I was taking for granted. Like, a lot of the things I was doing to my body, a lot of the actions that I was taking, I wasn't, you know, moving smartly about it. That we are figuring out how to play the game of chess just like they have. It's not checkers right now. This is chess. So they're moving their pawns in a way where we won't be able to recognize it. They're moving very smoothly with this, but just know that there's a bigger agenda. Like I said, do you want things to go back to normal? Sex trafficking, pharmaceuticals being pushed on you, unhealthy eating being pushed on you. Like, literally, America promotes obesity. So that was the normal for us. That was the norm for us before this whole COVID thing, and, you know, before everybody started, you know, going on their health journeys. Because it's like, when you get locked in, like locked down, you have a lot of time on your hands. So a lot of us have been using that time wisely, taking care of ourselves, eating right, you know, because you can't just go out. You know, a lot of the dine-in places have been closed. So a lot of us are learning how to cook, treat ourselves the right way, treat our bodies the right way. And they see that. They see, you know, how we're maneuvering and how, you know, a lot of us are choosing to go about this. And they are moving 2 steps ahead. So we got to be 3 steps ahead of them. Push us into a mindset where it's like, you know, I have no other choice but to get this vaccine. But you do have a choice. Like Riza Islam was saying, you have the birthright to question these people before they just inject some shit into your child or your arm. You know, because a lot of them, they're going to start pushing this on the senior citizens. They're going to start pushing this on the children. Like, a lot of us, they already know that they done lost us. You know, our generation, like 17, 18, and then the young adults, like between 20. So they're going to be coming after the elders, and they're going to be coming after the children, like the babies, like newborns. Like, oh, this is part of your shot list now. Like, you know how it goes. This is part of your mandatory shots for your baby. Don't speak it into existence as, oh God, I'm scared, or, you know, universe, whatever you pray to, I'm scared. Don't say that. Just say, I am, you know, waiting for a positive outlook, and I am confident in myself and knowing that I will make it through this, whatever is going to happen, whatever in your grace, whatever is going to happen. So don't speak into the universe right now, especially with this energy and, you know, the way everything is aligned right now. Don't speak into existence, you know, fear. And, you know, your fears, like I said, they will come into fruition if you speak that into existence, that you're scared about certain things. So you guys heard me. You heard what I had to say, period. We ain't taking that vaccine. December 21st is coming. We're gonna get our superpowers. As you're anxious about what's gonna happen next, speak into it positively, and positive energy will come back to you. This is so juicy and good. All my fruit, but child, I'm full. I'm gonna eat the rest later. So, that's all I got to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little mukbang, enjoyed what I had to say. If you guys want me to do more of these, let me know in my comments down below.